That seems very popular in Swansea, personalised number plates. I see a lot of cars with personalised number plates. Is it a thing or what?
Hmm?
Is it a thing? Anybody else got personalised number plates?
I got one.
I
got
normally.
What have you got, Gary?
Pardon?
What have you got one?
I got one, yeah.
What have you got?
M9 GVT, Gary Montana.
Nice.
Mine's P600 car. CAR. I'm missing an name actually, but
K-Peg had the best one ever though, didn't he? K4PEC.
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh, brilliant, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember he got it. He told me he rung up the DVLA because mine was coming out. And he said, I'm after K4PEC. He said, what's your name? He said, Johnny K-Peg. He said, it's your lucky day then, isn't it, mate?
He said, lucky one is.
What did he have?
K4PEC.
K-Peg.
So the 4 was an A, so he got his name.
All right.
Yeah.
And I don't think he paid much for it, did he?
No, he didn't. He didn't. He got it at a good price because not many people got the surname K-Peg, have they?
No.
So,
My daughter's got KE11 YAS. So her name's Kelly, and she was Kelly Ann Crawford, but she's now Kelly Ann Stock. So it's Kelly AS for Ann Stock.
Oh, I tell a lie. We have got one because we bought a 4x4 off a guy in Cardiff, it was, and the registration was S444MYE. So it says Sammy. And when we bought the car, we had a bit of a do with him, and we did the deal. He said, I keep the registration. I said, fine, okay. And then after about a week, I realised there's a big problem with the gearbox. So I was having this bit of a do with him about the gearbox, and he's having none of it. And then when I got the registration documents through, he'd cocked it up. So I ended up keeping the registration plates. Because when I asked him, I had them valued. They were worth about $2,000.
Yeah.
I said, oh, if push comes to shove, I'll flog him and pay for the gearbox.
You've got to renew the entitlement every 10 years, mine, Rob.
Yeah, I haven't done that, Don. But it's on the registration's on the car.
It's still on the car, that's all right.
Yeah. He cocked it up. He was transferring them back to his car, and he filled the forms in wrong. So he rang me up. He said, oh, I filled these out wrong. Can you send them back? And I said, no. Give me the money for the gearbox and you can have it, mate. Which is stupid. The gearbox only cost me $1,000.
You'll have to find, Rob, the original number plate of the car.
I got them.
You got that, all right.
You got all that as well.
Sell that and you've got to revert it back.
Yeah.
I know Marion's brother had a private plate on his car, and he passed away about, 7-8 years ago. And so we sold the car, and we've had you put it on retention then, but then I don't really why we keeping it. But
what is it? Is it worth selling?
Well, his name was David Russell Brown. So I think if I remember rightly, it was something like, it wasn't an expensive one. It's like G10 DRB or something. So it's not worth a fortune or anything like that. But he was happy with it.
Well, I'm hoping to find some football player with the name Sammy who's worth a fortune, and I'll give him a ring and say, look, do you want to buy your personalised registration plates?
Yeah. Well, I always remember, funnily enough, talking about lecturers in tech. One of them, his name was, of course I can't remember his name now, but he had a green Morris 1000 Traveller. And I always remember that he had it was like a single number and 3 letters. And he wanted to sell, he'd renewed all the wood on the car. Remember the wood frame on the Morris 1000 Traveller? He renewed all the wood and it looked bloody great. And he just wanted to sell it for a couple of £100. And then somebody said to him, the number plate is worth more than the car.
Right.
So he advertised it in the Telegraph or something. This is, God knows. I was probably, I don't know, about 18 at the time.
You were having some intimate conversations with the university lecturers, weren't you, to get in that deep with them?
And my cousin had a phone call off his boss and asked him to go and purchase this Morris 1000 because he wanted the number plate. So whereas he was prepared to take like a couple of £100, he had I think it was about £1,000 then, years ago, purely for the number plate. That's probably worth a good few thousand now, a single number and 3 letters.
Only worth if it means something. I think my nephew's got E4MS8Y, which spells Eamsey.
All right.
It's no value to anybody else, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I saw F1, F1 5HBR. It said Fisher. It was advertised on a DVLA website, and it said starting bids at £100,000. I won't be getting that one then, will I?
And what about K1PER?
K1P, yeah, that'd be good. I bet anything with a 1 in it costs a fortune.
Yeah.
Anything with a first K1, anything like that, megabucks.
Anything that spells anything is worth a fortune, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I sold my Cortina, if you guys remember that. That was
Red one.
999 DMR.
DMR, yeah, I remember that.
It failed as MOT and everything else, so I sold that to Elite Registrations, and that was, bloody hell, that was 40, 50 years ago. I got £100 for it.
Still going.
So what's that worth these days? I don't know. A couple of grand, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think the strap iron car was a pen.
There was a police sergeant or something after.
No, he was after it first of all, yeah. He was the first guy who was after it, but I don't know what I'm trying to trace him, but I don't know.
There were lots of police after that car, though.
Yeah, they were. They kept stopping me all the bloody time.
Did you take that down to Biarritz once?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Gary
nice.
Parsons drove it into a lamppost, the only lamppost in the car park.
Mm.
And he was so busy looking at the surf, he drove it straight into the bleeding lamppost.
He's a fucking...
How many times was your engine on the kitchen table?
Too many times. Far too many.
There's something that doesn't happen anymore, is it?
No. Those days are gone, aren't they?
Yeah. They're gone for everybody, aren't they? Even
I think so, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you can take engines out now, but most you take them out, you can't get them back again, can you?
No, you can't get the tools. You've got to buy a bloody set of expensive tools because everything's got a special tool for it now.
Mm.
Gone are the days you span them on the weekend and get it working.
Yeah.
My son-in-law, in fair, give him credit. He's I've seen him taking stuff apart. Motorbikes, cars, T4s, T5s, and
yeah, it's all tech, doing it.
Yeah,
Tech.
new ones, they have all different.
Struggle with a new car now.
They're not like imperial or metric. They have their own ones, don't they?
Yeah, something you've got to have like if it's a Jag, you've got to buy a Jag tool to get the bit out of the engine. There's no other tool will do it.
I open the bonnet on my car, so all I can do is check the oil, and it doesn't use any oil. So I've actually opened the bonnet on it about 4 times since I've had it.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's just not worth it. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Yeah, well, and even if you did, there's nothing much you can do with it.
No.
No, I can't remember the last time I opened the bonnet on mine.
But isn't it like the same as changing a tyre? Nobody changes the tyre hardly anymore, do they?
No.
Oh, yeah, I see. I had a flat battery earlier. I don't know why. I just started it up and it just went...
No, see, there's another thing. You a lot of cars you can't jump start. Well, most you can't jump start now, can you? But
Mine's a diesel, and I just pushed it down the road, and they got two guys to push me, and I started up each tidy.
You were lucky. You were lucky
Yeah.
with a diesel to get it fired up with a flat battery.
It starts a quarter turn. It just fires up tidy.
Yeah.
That's only this one's these 206.
see, but even a car with a flat battery now, the new cars, they won't start unless you've got some charge new battery. You can't do anything with it.
And you used to have a warning years ago when your battery started going, but now it can start. I know mine went. We had an Escort a few years ago, and we'd left the house, started perfectly, went somewhere, either shopping or something or whatever, jumped back in it, and it wouldn't start, and the battery had died. So
That Westminster, your old man used to have, Rob.
That was a beast, wasn't it?
That was an absolutely fantastic car. But it had a valve radio in it, didn't it?
It was, yeah.
If you listen to the radio at standstill, it used to flatten the battery.
It had, that was an amazing car. It had overdrive on it. Like, I never knew what it was at the time.
Yeah.
But I was driving back from Langland one night and there was no petrol left. So I thought, I've got to get home. So I come down the Mails, turn the engine off. And it was coming down towards the bottom. And I thought, I'll just start the engine again. The battery was flat. Oh, shit. Put in the gear. Of course, it was overdrive. It was semi-automatic. So it didn't turn the engine over. It was going faster and faster as going down the Mails. So I was turning the bloody key to get the engine going. I just got it started before it hit the bottom. There's no brakes either, because the engine wasn't working. Absolutely crap myself.
There's a 3-litre Rolls Royce engine in it, wasn't it?
Well, it was a 3-litre. I can't remember what engine. No, I don't think it had the Rolls Royce engine in it, but the old man had done a gas conversion on it. He spanned it in the steelworks one day, one day over a long weekend, and he got it to run on gas. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Of course, he got the gas from the steelworks. So he ran it for nothing for years.
Found the car.
The trouble is, he got stolen one night and it got dumped by the gas tanks on Fabian Way. And the police, it was during a period when all those bombings were going off. So they got the car, they opened the boot, and there's this huge metal container in the back of the boot, which he'd made to put the gas in. So they thought it was a bloody bomb. So he had the police up the house because he got the car nicked. And I had to go and bloody pick it up. And they were going, well, we thought it was a bloody bomb, you know?
So where was the gas stored then?
In the boot, he just made a big tank, welded it up and put it in the boot.
It was a bomb then, wasn't it?
But it would have been, if it'd gone off.
Yeah, I remember that.
Talk about a flipping death trap.
If somebody runs into you from the RSNC, boy, fucking hell, boom.
There's a lot of room in that car, wasn't there?
Yeah, if you remember rightly, Gary, I think there was a lot of room.
Con's recording this, man. Careful now.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
I know, my man had the Morris Oxford shooting range. Was it Oxford or Cambridge? No, Morris Oxford.
You remember that night, Con? We were driving past your house. There was 4 of us in the car, me and you. I don't know who the girls were, whatever. And you were trying to drive drunk, and I was drunk trying to grab the steering wheel. And we were going, swerving all over the road, going down the road past your house.
Yeah. Wild days, man. We never do that. Never did that, did we? No.
No.
Driving drunk? Good Lord, no.
I think we were very lucky.
You were allowed to, and weren't you, to a degree?
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, you had to be really, 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 really pissed to get pulled over, I think.
Yeah.
All right, don't make a fuss.
I remember one time we had the local copper come up and he said, you had a drink, have you? I said, yeah. So, take it easy like that, be careful. And that was it, sort of thing,
Remember that restaurant by the Apple? Was it Greens?
Yeah.
We were in there one night and...
Braces.
Not enough for it.
Wasn't that yours, Paul? No.
No, Jubbly, wasn't it?
Jubbly.
Jubbly it was, yeah.
Not an handkerchief. He started off in green,
No,
was in top,
yeah.
worked his way down the Mumbrel's back.
Played
Yeah.
up there. Played there
Jubblies
with
and Billies.
the Indigo. Played there with the Indigo Hill Trappers. Yeah. Go on.
Well, we left there was my old man's Ford Prefect, and there was 6 of us in there, and I was steaming drunk. Absolutely couldn't bloody see. And anyway, driving on the front, the police car came up. I thought, oh. So I took a deep breath. I said, I know what he's going to say. He's going to say, what's your name? Where have you been? Where are you going? Yeah, right. Deep breath. He says, what's your name? Robert Fisher. Where have you been? I've been the rest of the day. Where are you going? He says, right, how many in the car? 6. Right, 2 of you get out now and start walking. He said, where are you going? I said, oh, just into Mumbles. He said, right, drive very slowly. He said, because it's too late for me to get the police sergeant out to breathalyze you. He said, but if you crash that car, he said, you better watch out. Now go, he said, and drive slowly. I thought,
You were lucky.
lucky night.
Yeah. You could get away with things a lot more in those days, didn't you?
What was Jubbly's surname?
Peter James.
Peter James, was it?